Hello crafting friends, welcome to this week's new vlog. Yesterday was so fun. We went to a fibre fest and it was just a spur of a moment thing. More of that in a minute. Welcome, my name's Barbara Radzevicius and I'm Bondi Crafter. Also thinking of putting in fibre in my name, my vlog name, so it will be Bondi Fibre Vlog. Just to make things a bit clearer, what do you think about this? Do you think it'd be too long? Do you think I should add it or not? Such a big decision, you know. Anyway, it's the 6th of May today. Hurricane last night. This is the weather forecast. It was cyclonic, I would say. Very high winds and a lot of rain. John has been collecting rainwater for the native plants outside, so, and he collected quite a lot. It must have been about 6 inches of rain just in one night. So yeah, that is fun. So let's get into the fibre. I have never, well, I've been to one fibre fest before, and that was at Wyong last year, and that was fun. We went in the train. But this year, we were going to go to, you know, just for a drive on Sunday. We were going to go to Currajong, which is about 60 kilometres from here, in the Blue Mountains, and we were going to go there just for, you know, just for a day out, have some coffee and come back and look at the craft shops. I'm looking for a basket. A new basket woven in some intricate pattern to keep my work in progresses in. So probably 2 baskets, probably 1 basket. And yeah, so we ended up at Mulgoa, and that's also out in the country. Took some lovely footage of going there and coming back. It was raining, but it was just drizzle, and it was just a beautiful day for looking at wool. So yeah, that is mainly me. I'm also going to talk about a new pattern that I want to start, and maybe you will want to buy the same pattern. It is for sale on Etsy. I think it's about $16 Australian, which is pretty good, and it's a beautiful pattern. It's good for scrappy fabrics. It's got a nice collection of fabrics. It makes a nice size quilt of, I think it's 60 by 70 inches. You can make it any size you like, really. I'm going to go for 70 by 70 this time. I have made the pattern previously and I made it in K facet fabrics. But this time I want to make it in others, and I'm going to go through the sorting with you, see what you think, see what I think. And yeah, for this project, and alongside my cats and dogs, I think it will be a fab project to do. So I'll show you what I bought at the Fibre Fest. I have to jump up because the mirror has gone from behind my camera, and I think I might turn it round. Just let me get up for a tick. Okay, I'm quite happy with how the camera is. I left it turned around so that I'm using the best camera side of my phone. I thought first we would have a look at, I just got this out of the bag for winter this year. I made it a few months back, and it's made out of mohair and it's pink. I think I got it from Attic Spin Dye. And I made a hitchhiker's. I think it's a hitchhiker. Here's the teeth. It's a dinosaur. But the fabric is just so beautiful. And I love it. And I think pink is perfect. It's all done in garter stitch. It was lovely to make. It's a bit warm to wear inside. I've turned the heater off because it's warm enough now. First, I will insert a picture of the poster to start with, but it'll probably be at the end of this section. So, I walked in the door, and what do I see? Sheep. Oh, it's so fun. The stalls were so lovely this year. Not that I've been there before, but it was lovely. The setting was rural, and it was in a homestead type setting with outbuildings around a courtyard, built in 1824. So it was a cattle property, and it's all made with sandstone that was locally sourced by convicts, I would imagine, built by convicts. They were the labour back then. There was no mechanical system for labour, and before the Industrial Revolution hit Australia, there was only human power, and these convicts that came from the UK would have, in the UK, had a rotten life. They would have been locked in a little tiny cell, and most of them weren't really hardened criminals, you know, they just wanted to get rid of them, really. So they sent them on a boat to Australia, which was a very hardiest journey. And anyway, they were the builders. They were the labour source that the early Australians had. They were out in the sunshine, they had accommodation, they had food, and they were paid. And at the end of it, probably 2 years, they had a trade and they were free. So really, very lucky people, considering all things. So yeah. So the building was beautiful. I'll have lots of videos of it, but I'll show you the stall stuff that I purchased. So I might turn the camera around so that I can see what I'm talking about. Hang on. So here we are going around the Woolfest in drizzling rain. Beautiful atmosphere. Have a look. Join me. Step inside. So here we are going around the Woolfest in drizzling rain. Beautiful atmosphere. Have a look. Join me. Step inside. It's Sunday the 5th of May and we are going to look at wool today. It's raining. Good day to be looking at something inside. This is a countryside and it's only like 40 minutes outside Sydney. It's countryside just before we get to the Blue Mountains. And a lot of land, but it floods out here. Most of this is a floodplain. So somebody just has to spit over the bridge and there's a flood. But yeah, heavy rain fills a dam and causes flooding locally here on the floodplain. It's very fertile land, it's beautiful. These trees are mainly dry sclerophyll forest eucalyptus trees that grow here. So gum trees, scribbly gums. What other sort do you think, John?
Ironbark, maybe.
Ironbark, paperbark, all sorts of beautiful trees, lovely shapes. It's a bumpy road. Wattle will be out soon because we're getting cooler. It's really out in the country. I don't think I've ever been here. Some lantana. This land was sold to hobby farmers in the 70s as 5-acre lots. A lot of people bought them. They're worth millions. It's just lovely. We didn't buy one. We live in the city. I don't have music on my YouTube channel. I just haven't figured that one out. So you have to listen to me talking. It's the Fibre Frolic Festival that we're going to. It's on this sort of B road with speed humps. Yeah, it's very atmospheric. There's fog and all sorts of things out here. There's a lot of speed humps. Hang on. I'm hot. Ooh. There we go. It is lovely though, isn't it? Oh, sorry about the wobbly camera. That's me. Hopefully it'll come out well.
Yes, baby.
This complex has a number of sheds, and there are different things in different sheds. I'm not sure if they call them sheds, but isn't that beautiful? These are mainly for spinning, so unspun wool. They're beautiful. Look at this pink. Beautiful mouths. This looks familiar. Look at these beautiful walls. Out of sand. It's just lovely. A lot of alpaca. People have got alpacas around here. Look at this beautiful minty green. Mm. This is all alpaca. Isn't it beautiful? These beautiful colours. Look at those blues. Oh. The colours are just beautiful. I just love colours. Look at this beautiful yellow. And minis. Those spotty socks. Look at that. These are $34 a skein, which is reasonable. Beautiful colours. Kids mohair and silk. It's beautiful. Look at those lovely scarves that are made from this fabric. It's called swish yarns. Nice rustic type walls. Hodgepodge games. Self-striping. Could do with some self-striping. Let's have a closer look. A lot of this venue is outside. It'd be great if it wasn't raining. There's a store for the Rural Fire Brigade down there. Really old settlers' houses. There's another place. Beautiful. Look at that. There's a lot of minis. Oh, I have yarn from here. Must have mail ordered it. Hi. I have yarn. I recognise the label. I must.
You might have got it online.
I must have, yeah. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's a nifty thing, isn't it? That's an unusual skein winder. Needle felting. Ashford. So this is an Ashford store. Look at those bobbins. Beautiful things. Malabrigo.
So I need to.
I'd rather give you the right one.
Yeah. No. It's run away.
Beautiful.
Oh, my threading book from
Dyes
my traveller.
for painting wool. Landscape is beautiful. I have bubbles.
That's all right.
Yeah. Oh, I just got moved actually over my tension.
Got it. Okay. With this one, yeah, I tie.
Look at these cute bobbins.
That's a drop spindle.
What are, oh, these are the things, the spinning things, are they?
Got caught in my shoe. It fell over. It took the wheel.
Is it cute?
So I shortened it.
Just beautiful equipment.
What are you after, Jill?
There's puddles. So cute. Yeah, it's still drizzling. I wonder what they do over there. Must be some sort of conference centre. Amazing jumper. It's polar fleece, but isn't it fab? There's little chickens. Beautiful. We're at the friendly tea room. Very loud music. Beautiful sheds. They're all playing ukuleles. Can you believe it? There's a ukulele band. Wow. There's a labyrinth right down there in that paddock made out of cut grass. I saw people running around in it. It's so interesting. How cute is that? So much to see. Oh, camphor laurel wood shavings.
Don't think so.
Oh, wow. Shall we try a container of them? There is a big cone. $50 for the lot. Wow. It's chenille. Wooden buttons.
Yes, because I go in.
Because the ones
Beautiful
that are
buttons.
around,
I know,
they either have a
$6.
cap and you girls
$6
lose the
for
cap,
6 buttons.
or when you're finished using it,
Wow.
you'll end up putting your elbow on.
They're beautiful.
So,
Oh, look, little tiny ones.
So
and you can have
I thought that might be a nice gift.
So
one
beautiful.
of 3, and that's
Project bags. Oh, look. Sheep. Oh, look at that sheep. Knitting socks. Oh, I have to get a few. Oh, they're so beautiful. Look at this. Oh, they're just lovely. Oh, little one. And a puzzle. John? Oh, and tins. And cups. There is everything here. Scapegoats. Oh, golly. Oh, even tarot cards, friends. Wow. What's it called? Stitchery Witches. Emma Ball. Beautiful. Check it out online. Beautiful black wattle yarn. I have some. It's just beautiful. You can order it online too. Isn't that lovely? And you get shoulder pins. Lovely lady. Books. Oh, look at these great little balls. Isn't that lovely? Kits. Buttons. All buttons. Will wash. I'm going to have a look at the buttons. We almost missed the last door. Rain has eased off for a bit, and that was a fun day. I'll show you what I bought when I get home. That is a tall tree. I wonder what it is. It looks really old.
some of those old pine trees.
Yeah, it's a beautiful garden. Fab little gazebo. We're on our way home. Just going out of the garden. There's some fab trees in here. I just don't want to fall over. Look at this tree. Thanks for joining me today. It was fun. We're on the road heading home. It's rather gloomy, but great to be in the car. We went to Mulgoa. This is Mulgoa Public School, little school. This is Australian countryside in the rain. It is autumn, and so the weather is going to be like this for a bit. It's really nice. The sunny days are nice and cool too. So it's just perfect weather. That's better. I can see myself now and I can see you. I can see what I'm talking about. I don't have a fancy camera, I just have my phone. So we do the best we can. This is my purchases. John made 3 purchases, so his are in there too. The first stall that I bought something at was Stitchery Witchery. It was a lovely lady there. Took a selfie with myself and her. She was lovely. I bought this beautiful little pouch. It is so beautiful, and it's by Emma Ball. So Emma Ball is the designer of these sheep products. And this is perfect for a small project bag. And look, it has sheep lining. I bought one of these. I would have liked to have bought more. I think they would make perfect gifts, but you never know what's going to happen. And I bought a tea towel. I just couldn't resist. So same sheep. Lovely big tea towel. And it's called Sheep by Emma Ball. What I'm going to do with this, I'm not going to use it as a tea towel. I'm going to cut it up and make project bags with it. So I should get, I'm thinking 4 small project bags that will hold a shawl, a scarf, and I'll use this as the focus fabric. I think it's just perfect for us, don't you? And the lovely guy there gave me 2 stitch markers. One's a sheep and the other one is, I think it's an Egyptian moffat thing. Or it could be a ukulele. But yeah, that was my first purchase. I was like a kid in a candy shop. There was just eye candy everywhere. Then John found a fibre shop that he found last week at Ironfest, and they were there at Woolfest, and he bought this beautiful plaid of unspun wool. Is that beautiful colours? So I want him to spin it up. He can spin. It's got a spinning wheel. It's called Pirate Pearl Yarns. Katerina Kellett is a dyer. It's a merino bond cross. It's a comb top, 100 grams, 10 centimetres staple length, grown and processed in Victoria, Australia. So locally produced and sourced. Means the same thing. Just needed to be spun up. But that's John's purchase. He also purchased a fleece that needs combing. He started to comb it. It's a very dark brown, very sheepy. So he's got quite a big bag of it. He's got 500 grams for 36 Australian dollars, which is about $18 US. And it's beautiful. It's super fine merino fleece, 16.5 microns. And the colour is called Espresso, the Shepherd's Choice. Specialising in black and coloured ultrafine and superfine merino wool. I imagine they're online if you want to have a look and you're interested in that type of product. He also got a skein of this beautiful one. This is from Shepherd's Choice also, and it's DK merino and Arapawa, whichever that is. I hope it's not possum. I won't go into possum, but I hope it's not. If it is, I think it's some form of goat or sheep, hopefully. That's what John got. And I hope to knit it up with that dark coloured fleece that he's going to wind up. He also got this implement for carding, and it came in a special bag just for it. He has got a bigger one. You can see he started to comb, but what a nifty little one. And Very handy for those with smaller hands, or you know, want to do smaller amounts of carding. I think it's called carding. I'm not a specialist on that subject. Yeah, well, that was fun. Now on to my purchases. So first, I know you might be thinking, what is that? It's camphor laurel bark chips, very finely. The guy said you poke a couple of holes. Well, I think John made 6 or 7 holes on the top. You put it in your cupboard in the container, and it lasts for a few years. And when it's not smelling that strong anymore, you just spritz it with some water, and it's right again to go. But that's a neat idea for making the woolens smell yummy and camphor laurel-y. We have big camphor laurel trees out the front in our street, and they're just beautiful for summer shade. They're lovely trees. They are evergreens, so they lose their leaves periodically on and off all the time. They don't have one season where they just lose their leaves. Then I found Waratah fibres. Is that beautiful? This is Helen Rippin's store from Bondi in New South Wales. Her thing is helen@waratahfibres.com.au. Beautiful yarn, beautiful colours in it. It was $24. That's $12 approximately US for a whole skein of fabulous. I did buy it in the I think it was in the cheaper pile section of the vendor store, but it is beautiful. It was dyed in the Southern Highlands of New South Wales. So she has a website. It's www.waratahfibres.com.au. It feels lovely. I only bought one skein. I think it is perfect for anything, really. It's 100% Dorset horn, 350 meters, hand wash only. So I'm not sure if that's because of the dyeing or because it's wool, but that's that one. Then I have recently bought a pattern that requires, doesn't require, you can use any wool you like. I bought 3 skeins of this beautiful darnie. It's from Ireland. It's much like my Dewish yarn that I bought, must have been about 18 months ago. Went mad with that. Now I've gone on to the darnie. It is a beautiful fingering weight full flow. It is lovely. It's shade number 8814. They have a nice website also. You can have a look at the colours. They don't have a very big choice, but they have beautiful colours, and it's 100% lamb's wool dyed in the oil. So it still has the beautiful lanolin and things in it. And there's 410 meters in each one, and I've got 3. Oh, do you see that? One is, they're all the same size. I was holding one differently. Bonkers. But yes, they're all the same. Of course, they're all the same. And they're this beautiful mild grey. Love them. And because I didn't have to pay postage, I saved $24 in postage, approximately, I would say. I bought 2 more skeins. I had a set, maybe there's 3. I had a set budget, because you have to when you go to things like this. So I had a set budget that I didn't want to go over. I didn't go over, and I came home with some money. I think I went with $200 Australian, 4 notes. And I save up for these sort of things, and it was just great. And I got this beautiful one. You can see I like earthy colours. This is just lovely. It's luxury collection. Spun out, this was $30 Australian. Doesn't have a lot of information that I can actually read. 75% merino superwash, 25% polyamide, so it's sock. The colour is Cafe Blanc. Suggested needle size 2.5 to 3.25. I bought this to make a shawl with. I think it will be beautiful. I think it will show up eyelets and things, or cable. I just think it's beautiful. Well, I think all the ones are beautiful, that's why I bought them. And then I bought this one. This one is from Yakamama Textiles. I have purchased sock yarn from this, and the one that comes to mind is the licorice. I haven't spun up the licorice yet, it's still going. But this is so pretty, and it's got sparkles in it. Sumptuous hand-dyed yarn, Sydney, Australia. Silver Stellina fingering, 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% Stellino, 400 meters, and the colour is koi fish. It does look like koi, actually. That is beautiful. And then I bought a ball of wool from the Noro stand. Just love this colour. Oh, I was going to buy two, but I didn't. And I don't think they had two exactly the same. So it's Silk Garden Sock Solo, 300 meters in that. Made in Japan. Beautiful. That's all I can read on. Colour S4. And yeah, I think the colour's just beautiful. The needle size suggested for it is 3.5 to 4 millimeter needles. I might either put it with this, or I might do something totally different. It's just so much, you know, it's like choosing paints. You have a nice little paint set and you can just dream about them and think what will go together. And then I was looking for I needed another 3.75 millimeter, 80 centimeters long, the string, and I'm using my one at present. And I wanted a shorter needle, but this is all they had. And I also wanted in bamboo, but I don't know why I didn't get the bamboo. Maybe they didn't have exactly what I wanted. So yeah, got 3.75 Knit Pro. I like Knit Pro. And yeah, so that's some needles I got, which are very handy. We all need tools. I got these stitch markers, which are beautiful, in my favourite shape. There's one really swish one with sparkles in it, and then there's 6 metal hexagons, but they're in a bigger diameter, so really handy. And they were very reasonable. I think they're under $10 Australian. This person makes really nice buttons in the Blue Mountains. Lyrebird Yarns. Shop now open by appointment. Very nice lady was at the at that stall, and I got buttons. I bought 6 of them because I want them for my cardigan that I want to make, that I am making. Really, it's pink. So not this coloured pink, but I think this slate colour will go perfectly with pink. I'm sure it will. And she makes these buttons. I know they're made from polymer, but you know, they're so beautiful. They look like slate. and they're $16 for 6 bespoke buttons, and I would say they're an inch in diameter, so perfect size for a nice cardigan. I'm thinking that's it. Well, we can't go on for too long on what I purchased, but yeah, I love what I bought, which is the main thing, isn't it? So these are my purchases at a very reasonable price, and also I think, you know, saving postage is great, especially if you have to do international posting. I just think this is so cute. But yeah, so now I will show you footage of how nice it was out in the countryside here in Australia, New South Wales. It reminds me very much of the photos and videos that I see from friends in Wales in the UK. So that's why it was called New South Wales. Probably. But I've noticed a lot of countries now look a lot similar to. So beautiful, so different, but so beautiful. And so, yeah, if you'd like to see outback New South Wales, well, still in the Sydney Basin, but yeah, here we go. You know, I like to have more than one quilt project going at a time. So I hope to finish my cats and dogs this year. That's an English paper piecing project. But I also want to do a foundation paper pieced quilt, because I haven't done one for, must be 2 years. The last one was Sisters, and that was a lovely quilt to make. So this time I thought I would revisit. It's called the Scrappy Kitten. Let me get this right. The Scrappy Kitten quilt by Carolyn Hughey. I think her name is Hughes. Hughey. She has a shop on Instagram where you can buy the pattern if you're at all interested. It's very reasonably priced, and if you'd like to join me, or, you know, think about it, or even swap. I mean, I could make some swap cats to swap with you if we all make the same size. So what I did was I purchased the pattern because I was in a swapping group at that time. We asked the designer if we could use the pattern, if we all bought a pattern, if we could use it for our swap, and she said yes. So I've also emailed her this time and asked her. I haven't had a reply yet, but I will, I'm sure. And yeah, you can have a look at that in her Etsy shop. And just a few thoughts on, you know, how you lay things out. You draw a pattern of how you would like the blocks to be. You might want them all together, or you might want them separated by a plain block or a more simplified block. But this is what it looks like. It's foundation paper pieced, and it is just, I wouldn't say easy, but that's probably because I've got dyslexia and it takes a while for me to get a pattern in my brain. I did have to ask John for help, but I'd say most of you out there would not. You'd probably just be able to do it. And yeah, you can use any fabrics you like. I have a nice collection of novelty prints, and this one is called The Choir. So you can see all the little people singing. And it's such a happy looking block. I mean, even without details of the features and everything, that is a cute block. When I got the, yes, it's called Scrappy Kittens Baby Quilt, designer Carolyn Hughey. It's Hughey. She's the designer. And yeah, when I got the pattern, I wanted to enlarge it a bit, so I do enlarge most of my patterns. And I enlarged this by, John enlarged it at Officeworks by 200%, and you end up with a nice size block. And you can use, you know, bigger pieces of fabric. Also, the ears are quite small pieces. I found the ears to be the trickiest of all this pattern, mainly because I kept getting them back to front, and we don't want, I didn't want that. This is from the swap, so that is from Donna. She made that one. That's all K Facet fabrics, and we wrote on them, you know, who they were from. It was such a great thing to do, I thought. It was so fun doing the swap with these. There was only like 6 of us doing it, but, you know, some of us, well, I think most of us sent 2 different cats to each other. It's another one of mine. It's a K Facet. So I made a quilt, and these are the leftovers I have from it. Because, you know, when you make a quilt, you always have leftover blocks or fabrics or something. So yeah, let's make K Facet one. Really like the Philip Jacobs pansies in it. And cute nose. It's such a lovely pattern. It's another one of mine. So lends perfectly, as you can see, to any fabric, but this K Facet is nice and bright. So this is a bright lot of fabrics. This one I tried doing by English paper piecing, you know, just to try it out. I wasn't happy with it. And yeah, that's the back. It's the front. So the fabrics are lovely. I kept it, just, you know, as a sample of what I did. There's another one. Love the yellows and this oranges. It's lovely. Sunflowers. This is just to give you an idea, you know, of what is possible with this pattern. Just lovely. And I mean, you don't have to have a white background either. You can have any coloured background you'd like, or a plain background like I've got. I really like Moda, so Moda backgrounds. And it's not all the same Moda either, you know, the same print, white, off-white. Another K Facet. You can see I was into K Facet at that time, still am. But I have a nice little collection. The collection is getting smaller, but fruit and veg, cat. You can put fabric that has nice sayings on it. So this one says, "All my heart." It's lovely, hey? This one's Aboriginal prints. We've all seen the Aboriginal prints. You could use whatever print you have that reminds you of where you are or what you do. I mean, you could have all wool cats. It's just depends on you. Here's a cat. Reminds me of Top Cat. And yeah. Oh, hang on, there's one more. So I keep them in this thing I got from the post office, which is the perfect size. So it's the size of an envelope. I think I'd write down the sizes, wouldn't you? It's a lovely one. The cats. It says Black Cats Crossing, this one. So yeah, I think it's a lovely pattern. Let me know if you're interested. I'll probably just chug along, making my own. I must have made a few different sizes just to trial, but I'm sure that this one's about 10 by, I should measure it, golly. Oh, I haven't got my tape measure. I'll get more into that as we go along. But yeah, see, and you can use all your little scraps. So I've kept my scraps, some of the ones I just had left over from from the cats or something. And Judith also saves me her scraps. I know it's called a scrappy quilt, but really scraps are not scraps, are they? They're just beautiful bits of beautifulness. They're our paints. We care for each little bit, no matter how big, how small. And they always come in handy. So yeah, that is a new project for winter. So I'll have 2 cat and dog quilts on the go. Really interested to get going. And also I'm knitting too, so I have frogged a few times in the last week. We don't want to go there, but yeah, we went to the frog pond. I did try, because I want to make a yoke sweater. I've never made a top-down yoke sweater yet. And I have tried, like I tried making that, you know, the one the Japanese designer made, Ranunculus. I tried about 15 times to make that and could not make it. The instructions are just so convoluted at the top of my brain to work out. Just couldn't do it. I did try though. I persevered, I tried, but it just wouldn't work. So I'm trying a more, I wouldn't say basic, but you know, a more pattern that I can knit. I am a vintage English type pattern knitter, I'd say. They turn out for me. I have the shape. I grew up reading those instructions. They're pretty basic instructions. I don't need 16 pages to tell me how to make a body of a jumper that fits 15 different sizes. So, you know, I know it's controversial, but really I like buying a pattern that's my size. It's not selfish, it's just, that's just how it is. That's how patterns used to be. And we learned how to make modifications ourselves, especially with sewing patterns. At school, we learned how to modify commercially purchased patterns. And that's best subject I think anyone can do in high school for children aged 12 to 15. Guys and girls, it's a good possibility that you can have with anything really, and then you can do your own patterns. You can modify patterns into different shapes. So yeah, but anyway, that's my thing. I just need basic patterns so that I can read them. Hopefully this one will turn out, but I don't want to show it and jinx myself just yet. I don't want to unpull it again. I have already unpulled it twice, and I'm thinking third time lucky. Wish me luck. So yeah, see how we go. Phone call there, starting again. Yeah, this week I bought this beautiful Tessuti pattern. It's an Australian company, mainly fabrics. They do some patterns, and their patterns, this one I bought as a, ready printed. So they send them printed or PDFs. PDF is much cheaper, but you have to print it yourself. This is already printed on large paper, and it's much easier, just for me to use this sort of format. So I really like this type of dress. I must have made about 10 of those about 20 years ago, different fabrics. I love the drop waist. I think it suits me. And then I found this pattern, and it comes in different sizes, so you can make the size you like, or you can make alterations, modifications. And so yeah, I purchased this. I will probably not have that type of cap sleeve. I think I'll have it as a dress like my others, and I'll put a zip in it too, probably before I finish this time. But yeah, I like the pockets also, always handy. But this design is very flattering, I think, for most figures, and nice length too for me. So yeah, that's my pattern that I bought. I think the pattern cost, I can't say, I'm not really sure about it. I know it wasn't exorbitant. And I've got 3 fabrics that I'm thinking about making it with. This beautiful one, which has stretch in it. It's black and white, my favourite colours, and it's sort of got an architectural type vibe going on. I really like it. It reminds me of Venice for some reason. You can see it's very abstract, but really nice. And I have quite a bit of it. I have like 3 meters, I would say. And then I've got 2 types of linen to choose from, and there are 2 meters of this one and 1.5, I think, of this one. I really like this type of linen. I bought this from Tessuti also. They have the most lovely range of linens, and this one has crinkle in it. It's lovely, and this one is a flat. They're both dark blue, or really not dark blue, really. They are blue, obviously, but this one has sort of a tealy sort of mix in it. You can sort of see it has, especially where the colours, the dye has mixed. So yeah, mixture of colours. So they are my 3 possibilities for this dress. I'm not feeling crash hot this week. I think I might leave it until I'm feeling really good, hopefully next week, and I will cut a pattern off the main pattern of my pattern. I know that sounds, you lay your pattern out, especially the ones on thicker paper, and you just make a copy of it. You lay thin fabric over the top, and draw around it, make modifications you would like. That's what I'll do. But I think I'll save it till next week because I want to feel really good. Just got to get over this bump. I do love sewing. And yeah, I think this pattern is great for anyone who wants to. It's a basic type dress too, so love it. Sewing level. Advanced beginner, I'd say it would be suitable for anyone really. It has good sizes. It goes up to 22, and it's a generous type of pattern. You can make, just with small modifications, you can make it to fit any size really. That's their website. Yeah. That's my purchase. I also ordered 10 meters of bias binding. I really like contrast bias binding for my dresses, and I bought this one from the UK, and it is Liberty. It's a Liberty lawn bias, and it's beautiful. I'll just get the name for you. I bought it from the Etsy shop of Casa del Dwyer, and it is lovely. That's her UK shop. It's thoroughly recommended. Fast service, beautiful bias binding. It's just lovely. I love this pattern also in Liberty, and the colours are just spectacular, and I think they'll look it'll look great with that type of dress. Just for I use it for the sleeves and the neck. So yeah, perfect. So that's it for me for this week's vlog, friends. Thank you for coming to visit. I really enjoy your comments and likes, and tell me what you're thinking. It's good to have feedback. It's like you actually did come to visit me, you know, and I'm here by myself. I mean, there's plenty of space for you to come have a cup of tea. Okay. Bye, friends.